your ex. You can't stop calling your ex every time you drink or something. So I'll give you advice on that, and I'll become your. It's like
Friend.
yeah, but you pay for it. Like it's like
Kind of crazy.
I'm your therapist, but I'm neither a psychologist nor a friend or anything. So yeah, it's totally fraudulent, of course, but
It might work for some people.
yeah, I'm talking about the business model, really.
Okay, yes, yes, of course. Well, it's
Or a
yeah, like a
coach.
life coach. That's what it is. I mean, yeah, kind of like that. But you know what I'm thinking is that English is it's a forever learning process. I mean, you're not gonna learn English in a year. I mean, you can get to a level in a year. You can get to a level in 2 years, even in 5 years. But we've met teachers that they don't really have like a high standard level. They still need to learn. They still need some practice. They still need. And they are teachers. So for a regular speaker, they can get to a level, but learning even your own language is going to take you forever. And so, I mean, and you will
Yeah,
need a.
in every aspect of life. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people make, adults mostly. That you get to a point where you think that you just that's it. Like you have everything figured out. There's really not much left there for you to learn. That's the
Sure.
worst mistake you can ever make. No,
Hey guys, so good morning. Let me interrupt you, Nissan, because
we're live. Sorry.
let me welcome this. All right, I did tell you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Teacher Cam, and I'm happy to have as my teammate, Teacher Nissan.
Thank you for having me, Cam.
Today we were gonna have part of the team is Oscar Cruz. Oscar Cruz is not here today with us, but he's part of the team. But no, we're gonna have fun regardless of his absence. Actually, we might have even more fun regarding. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I
You know
was
what
I
I'm saying?
was I was also gonna joke about it. Like, nah, I don't want to be too rude.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm never too rude because I do it with my heart. Anyway, so if any of you guys that are logged on already wants to come up and talk to us and be part of us, this is an open podcast for our teachers and students, actually for teachers and advanced students. So, if you want to practice your English a little bit, if you want to debate a little bit of this about these topics that we're going to have on today, you can come on and all you got to do is click on this link I'm posting. If you're on Facebook, that's the link on the English Clinic. If you're on YouTube, that's the link on Teacher Cam. So all you got to do is click on that link, and you click on the link, and then in two more clicks you'll be here with us. You just got to give permission to your to your camera, your mic, and the next click is you gotta type your name, and you'll be here with us so you can talk about it. All right, Brenda. Hello, hello. Good morning. How you doing? Yes, nice, 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 nice to have you here, everybody. So welcome. So today's topic is. It's not even a topic. It's just a teaser. It goes like, you'll never learn English like that. Like things we like. Some people, we were having a debate on this. Like some people will never learn English. We don't want to be negative. We don't want to play the negative role. But some people will never learn English, and we got to find out why. Are we destined not to learn English, or are we doing it wrong? Or and better yet, are there things that make us do achieve this thing, to make learn English well, so are there things that we can detect that we're doing wrong so we can avoid them, so we can actually overcome this you know bad discipline which at the end of the day, to me, is a discipline issue. However, we were talking about this before the show. So if you guys want to talk to us about it, you're welcome to come on. I already posted the link, so you can come here and talk and tell us your opinion. Okay, so Neeson, elaborate on that. You'll never learn English like that. Is it true? Is it a true statement? Are some people never gonna learn English, or you think everybody will learn English?
Well, I think you'll never learn English like that is referring to some sort of attitude, maybe, or perception that a person has of the language. No, I always try to avoid over generalizations, but I do understand what that means. Like you never learn English thinking that you can learn it in a couple of months.
Sure.
For example, no, because two things are going to happen. One, you're not going to, and the other thing that's going to happen is that when you realize that you didn't get to learn a language in 2 3 months, you're just going to quit.
Oof.
You're just gonna quit. You'll be like, man, I was supposed to learn this stuff in 3 months and I didn't. So this is either a lie or I'm just not built for this. Like I'm just not good enough to learn a second language or a third language or whatever. No? So
Okay, yes. So, but what can you actually get in 3 months? Where can you get in 3 months of study? Can you get to a certain point where you can feel encouraged to continue?
yeah, definitely. I mean, like in 3 months, you can cover uh, the first level, which is A1. In 3 months, you can share personal information. You can ask for information. You can even ask for directions, like survival. Let's say survival English or any other language. Yeah, you can have a lot of progress in 3 months. The thing is that it's not just going to happen.
Right.
Like it's not because yeah, I downloaded this app and this app has been on my phone for 3 months and I still don't speak English, so I don't know what's happening. Well, how often do you open that app and
Right.
actually use it? No, and same thing happens with many students that say, I've been attending English lessons for 3 years.
What is happening in that
And
case? What is happening? Like you're taking classes, you go there every, I don't know, 3 days a week, and you still don't learn English. How?
but yeah, I think I
What
might
is going on there?
I might be skipping some stuff that I wanted to mention, but that
Ah,
is a great point. Habits, like you need to develop certain habits now, certain habits that actually help you acquire the language, because you might be developing the wrong habits that will prevent you from actually
mm,
learning the language.
such
Like
as.
this example, like I've known people that have said, I've studied English for like 3 years. Like I've been in different courses and classes. So they start, uh, you know, uh, taking lessons with me, and I noticed little things they do. For example, some of these people never take notes, never.
Oh,
So they'll ask questions like, "Oh, how do you say, help me out here, like some piece of vocabulary, like."
lograr.
How do you say lograr? You tell them like, well, achieve. You could say achieve. Yeah, yeah. So I did that, and then they continue like
Okay, yeah.
participating. So they
Ooh,
never took note. They never even repeated the word that they just learned. That's it. So that moment that had the potential of being a learning moment just is gone with the wind. You didn't.
true.
And if you keep doing that for the whole hour,
That's it. You learn nothing. You
that's
just,
wasted
yeah.
an hour of your time. And if I am teaching you for free, you also wasted a time of mine. uh,
Sure. No, you're
an
right.
hour of
You're
an
right.
hour of my time as well. So
Taking notes. Taking notes is so important then. You need to
Yeah.
take notes, and probably you'll never go back and read your notes, but the fact of taking notes
Yeah.
makes your brain say, "Oh, this is important. I need to
Yes.
remember this." Right?
Yeah. Totally
The
agree.
beauty of it, I think, the beauty of it is that the first 3 months you will feel the change. It's like if you never take a shower, and then you take, like, if you didn't take a shower in 15 days, the day you take a shower, you're gonna feel brand new. If the next day you don't take a shower, then you will feel a setback. But if the day after you also take a shower, and then you keep taking showers every day, maybe you won't feel as fresh every day. But the first day you do, oh, you're gonna be feeling real fresh. That's what happens in English. I don't know if my example makes any sense at all, but when you start learning English, you feel the difference, be like from zero to a little bit. Oh, that's a big difference the first 3 months. you know However, from intermediate up, yeah, the advance, the progress is very little. That's why some people think, oh, I'm not moving up, I'm not learning anything. I feel. However, I mean, you need to continue. Like at the beginning you will see a change, like when you don't know the verb to be and then you know the verb to be. Whoa, that's a gain. That's a very, very nice gain. But later on, when you already know all the structures, you know all the rules, and you still don't make it, well, don't stop until you make it. That's why I would say passion, like we talked about this before. Passion is a key element in learning anything, or in on achieving anything. Because if you don't have passion, then you're gonna be disappointed with anything that happens to you. Like, no, I'll quit. I've been studying for 3 months and I didn't achieve anything. I've been studying for 6 months and I didn't achieve anything. I've been studying for 3 years and I didn't achieve anything. Well, passion, because if you do it with passion, no matter what happens, no matter how long you've taken, you will make it. And there's always something to learn. Okay. So do you have a comment? I see you dancing like me. you know
Yeah, because there's something about standing, right?
then it keeps it moving. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, for example, in your particular case, you have this whole music career, right? How many
Right.
how many albums you got out there?
Probably eight.
Probably eight, right? So yeah, you obviously had passion, but you also develop the right habits. I remember that you'd sometimes wake up and be writing, lyrics
Sure.
to songs, and it didn't matter if you were on the subway. Because
Right.
many people out there, they're like, oh, I wish I could write, songs or short stories, but
I'm not in the studio.
I use the subway, and I just keep
Sure.
like I have to walk to work, so I'm not gonna be like writing, and yeah, it's probably not too safe to do that. But I remember you used to do that. You'd be writing on your way to work, like as you were crossing the street and everything. So
Okay.
you'd
Yes.
be writing all the time. You developed that habit, and that made it possible for you to actually come up with eight albums, right? So
So
yeah,
learn at all times.
learn at all times, and also try to find out. Obviously, teachers are there to help you with that. You try to find out what are the right habits to develop. I'm gonna give you a very very easy um, example. Like
Okay.
many students will say, "Oh, like the simple past tense with regular verbs is easy because I just add a d or an ed, and that's it. But what about the irregular verbs? I can't memorize all of them. Like I can't just, and some of them even try. They sit down, with a huge list of verbs and and their irregular conjugations and everything.
Right.
So one of the things that many people do is when they're talking about something in the past and they are afraid of making a mistake in conjugation, they prefer not to conjugate at all.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Teachers have noticed this. They just don't conjugate. So they want to, instead of saying things like, yesterday what's the past tense of run?
Ah.
It's not run it. So I'll just say run. So yeah, yesterday I run, 3 miles, and then they stick to that habit, and 10 years go by and they still conjugate like that. They don't conjugate at all, and these things happen. You can notice these things with immigrants. No, they move to an English speaking country. They even open businesses,
Sure.
and they can communicate, but they never conjugate. And it's even this sort of stereotype, of Chinese people opening stores in California, and they say, pay, you go.
Okay.
Like,
So
no conjugations at all. So this is what I tell students. You know what? Like, if you don't know whether the verb you're going to use is regular or irregular, which conjugation the regular one, right? Like d or ed. Just use that one.
so it comes to the third point, which is don't be lazy.
No, like, you know what you're supposed to do. Just try to do it, even if you might make a mistake. For example, let's suppose that the student wants to say, uh, ayer pensé en eso. So they say, oh yeah, yesterday
I
and
think.
instead of just saying think, because they don't remember whether it is a regular or an irregular verb, instead of just not conjugating at all and saying, yeah, yesterday I think about that, what I tell them is, you know what, if you don't know if it's an irregular verb, just conjugate it as if it were a regular verb and say, I think it.
Okay. Okay. You recommend that? All right.
Yeah, yeah, and they make a face. They're like, what? And I tell them, yeah, yeah, because it's better that you know that you have to conjugate that verb.
Okay. You just don't
Because
know the right word, but you know.
exactly, because something's going to
Ah.
happen once you tell people, yeah, yesterday I think it about that. People will correct you immediately as an instinct. Oh, you thought about that, and then you'll correct yourself, like, oh yes, I thought about that. Boom, that's a learning moment. The more mistakes you make, the more learning moments you'll have.
Okay. So it gives me another point. Do what you can.
Do what you can.
I mean, don't feel like you have. If you don't do it perfectly, you won't. You oh no, then I don't do it, and I just skip that one. No, do what you can, man. It's not like right now. Later on, by doing what you can, you will do it right later on. I said don't be lazy because I have a few students. Not I don't have a few students. I've had a few students that that you tell them, okay, let's do this, and people say, oh no, teacher, don't do, because that's hard for me. Don't ever have that attitude, because that will take you nowhere. Your teacher, hopefully your teacher knows what to prescribe you, so you can develop a better English. But if you don't want to do that, I mean, you might be right, and your teacher might be the stupid one. But usually, if you hired an expert, he might prescribe you to do something. Usually, in my case, writing. I make them write a lot, and some people don't want to do that, because writing is, you need to think, you need to actually write or type. It requires an effort, right? And some people don't want to do it. Other people don't like listening. And okay, let's listen to this video. Oh no, that's difficult, teacher. Don't do that to me. It's gonna be. And I say, don't ever have that attitude. Whatever you need to do it. Don't be lazy and go for the easy. easy mode. Oh no, I just want easy things. So if reading is easy for you or talking is easy to you, you know, like that's what you want to do. No, just do the hard thing. Try to do the thing that is hard for you, because if you do it one day, you'll master it, and then you will show some progress. So
Yeah, yeah, this
that's what I said. Don't be lazy.
it's funny that because most of these people that complain about having to do listening and comprehension exercises are the ones that once they're with a new teacher, some of the first things they ask is, how can I improve my listening skills?
Listening. How can I get fat? You just eat. How can I gain
Exactly.
weight? Eat. How can I lose weight? Don't eat. I mean, yeah, some people, I mean, some things
Well,
are basic like that. Some people, some solutions are more sophisticated, but most solutions are very basic. So all right, guys, so we're getting there. Number one, take notes. If your teacher or you are doing a self-learning process, whatever, but you learned something, take notes, right? Like if you get to learn a new vocabulary word, even if it's one vocabulary word, a new phrase, a new I don't know, expression, take notes, write it down, because later on you will ask your brain, hey, you remember that day that we learned that phrase? And your brain is going to say, I don't remember. But if you took notes, your brain is going to say, yeah, I think I remember listening to it, looking at it, writing it. So yeah, I think I think I remember. It's like a guy. Like if you meet a person and they tell you, "Hey, this is George," and then you never see him again. Of course, next time you see George, you say, I don't know you, man. I don't know you. But if you see George later on and you spend some time with him, you talked about what he likes, where he's from, a few moments, probably next time you see him, George is going to be familiar to you. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but at least that's the way I see it. So take notes. Okay, that's what teacher Nissen enlightened us this morning with. Actually, he's enlightening us with a lot of these top tips. Okay, number two,
thank you.
learn at all times. You go to back in the day. You know what I used to do? Like before, like we didn't have. I don't know what happened, but in Mexico, now all the back of products is in Spanish. But before, you might ask why you have that product. But anyway, you know people were, I mean, products were imported from the United States, and they were in English. And for me, while I used to go to the toilet, I used to, take the Glade and turn it around, and it was in English. And for me, it was exactly just like that, but not standing up though. And I was, I would learn from it, because what else could they be talking about? If not something obvious, spray it, number one, wash your hands, whatever, So I would say, oh, this is how you say this. So I will learn vocabulary, at all times. So do that, guys. Learning, put your Facebook, your YouTube, everything, set it in English in the settings. Don't feel afraid. Teacher Nissen also said, don't be. Well, I think I said that. Don't be lazy. If it's hard, that will, like, no pain no gain. That's what the military people say. If it's hard, don't worry, do it. That means it represents a challenge, and when you finish that challenge, you're gonna feel good, because you will have progressed. And do what you can. Do what you can. Like, you don't have to be perfect at all times. Just do what you can. Like, if it's not if it's not perfect, don't worry, try to do it. Just try and try. Okay, Nisan, it's time for you to give me a new one, because I'm getting excited. I'm learning from this, man. I will tell my
Yeah,
students all these tricks.
sure. Yeah, I gotta. Sorry. Just a little parenthesis here. I got this
Sure.
friend who just joined the Conversation Club Facebook group.
Sure.
He says that he can't comment on the video. Do you have Facebook open? Because I don't like I
Let
don't
me.
know I don't know if we got the Facebook comments. It says only members of the group can comment. That's the
Oh, maybe
pop up.
he needs to refresh.
Yeah, Richie, you might want to refresh the tab or the window because
Yeah.
because I already accepted you as one of us.
Yeah, so you can, yeah. By the way, I would recommend you join us in a conversation club. You just look for it, conversation club, the group, which is, as a matter of fact, I will post it for you. Okay, guys. So
Right. So yeah, like in the meantime, I was yeah, we were talking about tips about developing habits, but before I think of another one, I
before I
wanted
enlighten you with another one,
you're too kind. No, I was going to mention that. Yeah, I know some teachers, many teachers actually, love to debate on the taking notes part,
huh? Really?
and yeah, yeah, like some of them go, uh, anthropological on on me, and they go like, oh, but what about uh, anyway, the point they make is that it's not impossible to learn a language without taking notes, and that's not what we're saying. We're
Okay.
saying that for the average learner,
Sure.
it's the most practical thing to do. If you start to debate on this with some of these people, and you take it to the extreme examples, they will end up talking about Helen Keller.
Okay.
And if you're familiar with Helen Keller, it was this girl. She couldn't see, she couldn't hear, uh, so and yet she was able to get a college education and everything with the help of a teacher. That's not what we're saying. We're not talking about Helen Kellers. We're talking about the average student.
Sure. Sure.
The
I have
most
students
one.
that don't take notes, and they progress a lot. However, they're when they do take notes, they progress more. Oh yes, yeah, they progress
Definitely.
more. I've seen that in even my smartest students trying to, or trying not to make differences between intelligent and non-intelligent students. But there are some people that are particularly talented for special things, such as learning languages. Even them would find productive taking notes. Yes, definitely. So take notes. I took notes a lot, man. I was telling, I kept a journal. I was telling you guys the other day. I kept a journal for days, not for days, for years. Now I write. But and I keep a journal, but not every day. I sometimes I just write my thoughts. I sometimes I have a thought and I write it down. Yes, but before, when I was in the process of learning, I want to say intermediate advanced, I used to write a lot. I Every day I kept a journal. I kept a journal. I wrote everything. So sometimes there in my journal, I took notes. If I learned something that I consider important, or I consider that it would, be beneficial for my, English, I will write it down, and then it be part of my journal. Let's read some of these comments that we have. Okay, it says, okay, actually, Juan and now was saying good morning, and then from Colombia, I hope things are a little bit more under control now. New look, yes, we have new look, bro. Yes, of course, Juan. Okay, Brendita.
Did you get a haircut or what?
Probably he's talking about the
The,
background,
all right, all right, all right.
the layout that we have there. Anyway, so yes, Juan, and now thanks for noticing. Okay, Brenda Yanez says learning English needs a lot of practice. Is the only way. Sure, exactly. It needs a lot of practice. And not only, I mean, yes, of course, Brenda, but not only practice, because you still need to upgrade your English, because if you keep just practicing and practicing and you don't upgrade it, you'll be practicing the same level. No, no, no. You need to practice, but try to reach the next level. That's what happened, because I've seen some teachers that they've been teachers for 10 years and their level hasn't increased, improved. They haven't improved a bit. Why? Because they say, "Oh, I speak English, I'm a teacher, that's it, I don't have to learn anything else. I don't need to learn more." And that, they're practicing. They are teachers, they do this for a living. They're there. But no, I mean, probably the difference between Nissan and, in this case, I, is that no, we want to learn, we want to become better speakers, therefore teachers, you know because we love the language, we have that passion, so we want to learn more. So yeah, well, you want to practice, but also try to learn something, at least a little bit, every day, as or meanwhile you're practicing. Okay, refreshing, says, there you go, Michael. That's your, yeah, that's your dude.
Yeah, that's Richie. That's my dude.
Okay, so the English Clinic is posting the Facebook groups. Yeah, that group is conversation group. Remember, on Friday, at 8 p.m. Houston and Mexico City time, we have a conversation club where all of you can join us. We just have a good conversation club, there in YouTube as well. Okay, so German Gomez says maybe you go to YouTube if you want to comment. Okay, that's a suggestion for Mac OS Lion X. If that's, oh yeah, what a pleasure. All right, guys. So greetings for everyone. Thank you very much. Yes. So hello, teachers. You look great. I know, Blanca. I don't know what's happening to us, but I
Thank you
think
so much. You're too
age
kind.
is age is settling down.
Like
You know,
fine wine.
Sure, like fine wine. Yeah. Anyway, says Estrella Yanez, we as students need to make an effort to learn something new. Yes, of course, every time. Yes, of course. I mean, we as students, I mean, considering us teachers, students of the language too. Even in Spanish, man, even in everything you do, probably this, let's go philosophical again. In everything you do, I mean, you will never be completely knowledgeable and wise about everything. No, you still need
Yes.
to learn something. That's keeping it humble. No,
Yes.
that's keeping it humble. You always need to learn a few things from anything.
Sit down.
Sure, even if you know,
Be
if you
humble.
sure, even if you are an expert on something, life changes. So maybe what you know today won't apply tomorrow. So keep updated. That happens with English too. All right. You have a comment, Nizan?
I was trying to do the lyrics to that Kendrick. Is it Kendrick Lamar song? Sit down. Be humble. Sit
No,
down.
I don't even know. I don't
Be
even
humble.
know.
Now you
I
haven't
don't
listened.
listen to Kendrick though.
Is it Kendrick Lamar? I think it is. I don't listen to much music anymore, but I think I remember that one.
I don't listen to
Is it
to
Kendrick?
spoken music, to sang music anymore. I listen to deep house
Right.
music,
Yeah.
the
It's probably
minimal.
it's probably a stage. Probably a stage. I had that stage for a couple of years. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
A couple of years ago. Yeah, 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 yeah. A lot of electronic stuff.
So now you've gone musicless?
Mm. No, I think I'm starting to listen to rap again and to metal again. Like I kind of took a break for a couple of years, and then
Ah,
I'm starting to pay attention to what's out there again.
you know,
So
because what I do is just play some Gentleman, which is one of my favorite DJs. No, so I'll play him in the background, and a podcast or an interview with somebody I admire. So I'll have them both, play at the same time. And I'm working or I'm doing whatever I gotta do.
oh
But
right, 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 right. Which aligns with what you just said. Like yeah. Like during the day, I'd rather be listening to educational stuff. Yes,
Sure.
but I do listen to music like at night when I'm already in bed, for example. Like I'll just you know grab my headphones and listen to something, or maybe very early in the morning. Like if I don't have to
Okay.
teach, I'm listening to something. But yeah, during the rest of the day,
Hey,
I try to
a
listen.
student was asking me in the week, like, is music recommendable for learning English? And then I answered, I used to think so before technology was so mainstream. But now I think music is to enjoy, for joy. But to learn English, sometimes it might lack of logic. It might confuse you with music itself, with the musical instruments and the frequencies we've got, So really, I think now with this technology, in this technology era, we can very well substitute listening to music as a mean of learning English for podcasting, for interviews, for movie clips. What you think about that?
It's funny we've never talked about it, you and I, but yeah, I totally agree with that. These are different times. Like back in the day, like when I was a teenager, to find like spoken English, you'd have to go to your friend's house, the one that had cable, and watch some CNN or something or some MTV, and, and try to catch a show like a talk show or something. Like it wasn't like now that you have spoken English everywhere. So yeah, definitely. Like, back in the day, yeah, perhaps lyrics to songs were what you had available.
Okay.
And but now, yeah, no, like there's a lot of material out there on the internet. And one of the advantages that we have now with this technology is that most of these material are always 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long,
Sure.
7 minutes long, 15 minutes long. So one of the things that students fear is having to sit down for like an hour or for like 2 hours. Like, oh my god, I need to practice my English, and I need to open this huge book on page 143 to to do exercise 2B. And then no, you don't have to do that anymore. Like you can actually select material that will take you minutes to go
Sure.
over, and you can sit down and you can decide whether you want to be studying for 2 or 3 hours, or for 10, 15 minutes. It's your choice. You know what we
Sure.
what we recommend is that you do that often. Like if you're just going to be studying 15 minutes a day, great, but try to do it every day, because if you're going to be studying 15 minutes every month, you're just like the topic of this podcast, you'll never learn English like that.
Okay, okay. I wanna share with you guys. I wanna share with you a new YouTube channel I discovered. So before we leave, okay, this YouTube channel um, that I will share with you is this one. Just what happens in that is they have movie clips. Okay, this is the one. This is the one I'm trying to recommend. They have movie clips, but most of these movie clips, for example, they have a movie like Happy Gilmore, or I don't know, American Gangster, whatever, and they clip it, and like the most important scenes, and not only do they clip them, but they put subtitles on them, and they're completely accurate. So I recommend you to go to that link.
Is
you know
Happy Gilmore an Adam Sandler movie?
sure, bro, come on, Happy
I don't
Gilmore.
I don't think I ever watched that one.
Oh, that I watched the whole Happy Gilmore movie
Is Drew, is,
repertoire
is
from the
Drew
beginning.
Barrymore in it?
No, that's another topic. No, but it's Robert Schneider, the same people that he used to work with,
Right.
at the beginning. So I recommend that link so you can watch clips, like movie clips, and subtitled. So all you gotta do is really easy. Just open your dictionary and then close your eyes, and find a way to learn from that from
Movie,
everything.
so movie clips is the name of the YouTube channel, right?
I don't know. It's
Ah, okay, okay. You meant movie clips in general. Okay.
yeah, movie clips, but the name of
All right.
no, the name of the okay, that's the channel. So click on it and go there. Okay. All right, guys. So let's make a review on this. So Nissan, can you go ahead and read them? Number one.
Oh yeah, yeah. We suggested taking notes. We said taking notes was very important and very practical for you to
Yeah.
remember uh, vocabulary and expressions used in class. Try to learn at all times. Like don't let a day go by without learning at least one word. At least
Sure.
one word. You know, don't be lazy.
It's
Don't,
self-explanatory.
yeah,
It
do what you can. Like just because don't let fear keep you from trying.
sure.
You have to try,
Yeah, you
and
don't
always remember: the more mistakes you make, the more learning moments you'll have.
you don't have to be perfect. You have to make it. You have to do it. You know, you have to try. You don't have to be perfect. You have to try. All right. All right. So today was very productive, guys. Thank you very much for showing up. Thank you very much for keep commenting. Let's grow this community by sharing this video. Now we're gonna try to clip it, and so we can have a pre-recorded material so you can clip the best part of it, and that's it. It's a pleasure to be part of this. Okay, so this time Nissan is gonna say goodbye. Thank you, guys. See you next Friday at the same time. So Nissan is you say the farewell today.
Okay, guys. So thank you for joining us, Richie. Who else was there? Brenda. I can't see. Yeah, you too. Uh, can I share? Yes, of course. Please, you can share the video everywhere you want. Germán, thank you so much for joining us today. Juan, thanks so much. And um, just a disclaimer here. Like me personally, I don't think that music is not good for learning English. We think it's just not the best thing out there. Uh, so to practice English. So thank you very much for joining us, guys, and we'll see you in the next broadcast.